Hello everyone and welcome back to Friday's English lesson. Today then you are going to be writing your final instructional piece to help those villagers in Arthur's little town to rebuild their fire that the wolf rather nastily pushed over. So we're going to be helping them today to rebuild that fire so hopefully they can get the warmth back into their town. Okay, so here is our little sheet. It says to build an understanding of instructional texts and to write instructions on how to rebuild the town fire. Our success criteria today says adverbs to show the passage of time. You've done that, you know how to do those. Modal verbs, those bossy verbs of how to instruct people to do something. Adverbs, ly adverbs here. So I've said to use cautiously, carefully, delicately, gently. These are important, remember, because we've said and we looked yesterday at how dangerous fire can be. And we need to keep safe and we need to help the villagers stay safe when they're making their fire again, because their fire is enormous. I've said again, for emphasis to add information, for example, you must be extremely careful when lighting the fire, parenthesis. They are very dangerous and must be treated with respect. Okay, so looking back earlier in the week, remember we looked at this illustration of, the large and menacing wolf that came into the town, pushed over their big fire, and of course the fire went out. So we're going to have to help the villagers rebuild their fire. So I'm going to put a title straight away, because as we said, titles are really important because it explains what our reader is about to read. How to rebuild a ferocious but warming fire. Okay, and I'm going to do a little illustration. You could do an illustration, but I won't do an illustration. A little introduction here. Now I'm going to try and make it slightly funny for my reader, okay, and slightly entertaining so they enjoy reading my text. Okay, so has your town fire been unexpectedly pushed over by a mean and menacing wolf? Question mark. If so, read on about how you can rebuild and create and safely, because remember it's important to stay safe, and safely make an enormous and how can we it needs to be an enormous, doesn't it, not an enormous and heartwarming, that'd be nice, fire, exclamation mark. Has your town been unexpectedly pushed over? Oh, that doesn't matter. Town fire been unexpectedly pushed over by a mean and menacing wolf? Okay, so there's a nice question there. If so, read on about how you can rebuild and safely make an enormous and heartwarming fire. Okay, what you will need. And this needs to be underlined because it's a nice little subheading. And unfortunately, that's all Mr. Nash is going to do for you. I'm not going to do any more because otherwise I'm going to do all the work for you. I would write a longer introduction than this as well. I wouldn't just do 2 lines or 2 sentences. I'd do 3 or 4. Okay, and then you're going to need to explain what I'm going to need to build a fire. Oh, but Mr. Nash, we don't know how to do that. Well, you do, because yesterday, remember, you looked at how to build a fire. Think, however, on a bigger scale today, because it's an enormous fire. Remember, when we looked at the picture before, it was a humongous fire in the town. So think about the size of the logs you'll need. What type of wood? Do you need kindling? Well, yes. So go back to yesterday's notes. What safety information are you going to have to tell the villagers? So what you will need and how to make the fire, that's where you're going to need to do your steps. Okay, remember, all of the work you've done this week is relevant. So number 1, first you will ... Okay, modal verbs, time adverbials, and if you can, as an extra challenge, I would like you to write a little conclusion to sum up all of the findings, okay, and to sum up basically what the villagers will need to do and how to stay safe. Okay, so that is everything for today. I'm expecting at least a page, if not 2 pages of work here. This is one of your big writes, okay, so I want your absolute best. If you do your best, because I know what you produce in school, okay, that's the only thing difficult for mums and dads at the moment, is they don't know the work that you do in school. Mr. Nash does, though, okay? So if you don't write very much, I know for a fact you are not trying your best. Please remember the school code, okay? Believing, engaging, succeeding and trying. You will not be meeting the school code if you're not working as hard as you would in school. So please try your best, and hopefully going to have lots of dojo points for this week, okay, for all of the children in the class. Try your best, and I look forward to seeing these. If you want to draw a picture as well, that would be amazing, and I would love to see it. Okay, thank you very much, guys. That's everything for today, and I look forward to seeing these.